Hello, hello, hello again. Jaboom, jaboom. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, jaboom, shaboom. Okay, just kidding. First, I'm going to start off by saying this, okay? I started preparing for this at 12:11 a.m. I didn't do it on purpose. I just looked at the clock. All day long, I've been seeing 11:11, 11:22, 33, 44, 32:22, literally all day. Every time, if I look at my phone for whatever reason, there is like some kind of repeating number. Okay, so I'm saying all that to say that I was guided to do this today, and I have been feeling. I'm telling you this like these synchronicities all day. Now, what I'm doing today is I'm going to try to make this short intro because I tend to go for the long haul here. My readings tend to go pretty deep. So I have a feeling this is going to be one of those. And let me just share what I'm doing today. I was called to do this reading to bring in the energy of the collective feminine and the person that the collective feminine is inquiring about, due to the fact that I know that there's a lot of people out there at the moment with all these shifts in energy that have taken place, especially those that are in spiritual unions or are in a spiritual connection, in which if you are in one of those, you'll know. And I don't want to go into all of that because it's just going to take more time. But this reading is going to be different. I do my readings all pretty much different. I never do the same thing. It's whatever I'm guided to. But just off the bat, disclaimer here, I don't know what's going to happen, what's going to come out, and I don't know. I tend to channel also, okay? I don't like to use labels because I don't like to fit myself in a box or limit myself, but I am a medium and a channeler, so I'm able to channel messages. I don't need the cards, but I'm using the cards because I feel like there is going to be a powerful tool to use today, especially with all the synchronicities. Okay, I might channel something that just maybe might come out from the higher selves of the masculine collective, because what I'm seeing here and what I'm hearing is that there has been like a very big imbalance. Okay, it seems like there's a really strong connection in the 5D and the spiritual. There's a really strong connection, but here in the 3D, here in the material world here, it seems like the ego is really big factor at play, and so there has been a whole lot of hurt and a whole lot of things that are unclear, a lot of words that left unsaid. And I was called to do this today to bring closure, to bring a little bit of comfort, to bring a little bit of clarity to the feminine or the masculine, depending, the roles could be exchanged here. Okay, so with all that being said, that was a big and long intro. What I'm going to do, like I said, a little bit different today. I've been using the cards that I make myself with because I like to, do the artwork and I like to make my own cards. But today I'm not. I'm going to do cards that I've actually purchased. So I'm going to explain what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm going to use these cards, which are the Light Seers for the feminine, and I'm going to use the Light Seers mini for the clarifying for the feminine. For the masculine, I'm going to use the Santa Muerte deck, and I have the mini Santa Muerte to clarify. Oh, you know what I didn't get, because I did take a long time to prepare for this, which I said, it was like at 12:22, and then I looked up, at 12:11, then it was 12:22, then it was 12:33, and then 44, and I was like, oh my goodness, okay, this is going to be a good reading. So let me just pick a deck for the, okay, I'm going to pick this one. Okay, I'm going to do the Crow Tarot, which is this one. This Crow Tarot here. I'm going to do this for the for the energies that are in common for the feminine and the masculine. So I'm going to move these out of the way now. And I'm just explaining all this because I know there's going to be a little bit, it's going to be a pretty, unbelievable reading. I could feel it already. And I don't want anybody to say that I was doing any fancy stuff or making things up or, doing anything extra. So I'm doing all this here in front of you guys. Okay, so we're going to start off, well, we're not going to start off, but I'm going to introduce you what I'm doing. So I'm going to check and see which energies from this, your Sacred Wealth Code, which kind of has some archetypes. We're going to get energies for both the female and male. So let me just do that right now since I have them here. Okay. And I'm just shuffling again, even though I already shuffled. And I'm going to pull one here. I'm going to put one here. I don't want it to catch on fire. And then the other. So that's the female. Okay. And this is for the male. I'm pull another card here. And I just shuffled and pulled it, whatever was on top, for the sake of time. And because that works fine too. Okay. So that's not coming out. Okay. There we go. All right. This is going to be a long one. Like I said, I'm trying to hurry up here. I'm also going to pick an animal, spirit animal, and I'm probably going to read from the book just because I think that it's going to be necessary for this. There's going to be strong messages that I think are important that I read from the book for just the oracle cards. So we're going to pick, I'm going to split here, split, and again, it's going to take longer, but that way you guys aren't like, oh my gosh, she just did that on purpose for fun. Okay. So, feminine, masculine. All right, so moving right along. I'm going to pick now an astrological card, okay, for both. The feminine, the masculine. Okay, and next I'm going to pick a card here from the Egyptian Gods Oracle. And this is going to give us a little bit more insight. I don't like to make my readings too structured, so I'm just I'm trying to be organized here and let you guys in on what I'm doing. So this is not something I normally do. I just kind of wing it. Okay, so we're going to do one for the feminine and one for the masculine. Okay. All right, and from the Astro Codes Oracle, I'm going to pull to see what are the astrological aspects here. Oh, shit. Okay, sorry. Normally, when I just do regular readings, I pull a mountain of cards. I'm trying to contain myself this time. So we're going to pull one for each one. And then I'm also going to pull one for both of them. Something that's like, you know, in common, that's going on in common. Or that could be, you know, adding to the conflict or whatever. If there's conflict, which I'm pretty sure there is, which is why there's words left unsaid and whatnot. Okay. The lessons that are being learned. Oh shit, sorry. You know what? I think I'm going to pull one of the Egyptian cards also for the mutual energies. Okay, so we have one for the feminine, masculine, and for the common. And I'm going to pull one here for the common. Yeah, for the same, like, okay. Next, I believe that's all the oracles I have at the moment, but I do have these here, which I'm also just going to pull like this right now. Like I said, I already shuffled. I'm just going to shuffle a little bit more so you guys don't say, oh my gosh, she already knew. She put the card she wanted on the top. Okay. I know it sounds crazy, but there's people out there like that. You know, when you don't get what you want to hear, it's like your mind starts making all this stuff up. Okay. All right. So we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to do one right here. Okay. All right. So before I pull on the tarot, actually, no, I'm going to pull the tarot first. Let me just get my chair in here. Sorry, guys. Okay, like I said, oh my gosh, it's getting away from me. I'm usually not trying to organize everything, so this is new for me. Okay, And I don't know how I'm going to fit all this in here, but whatever. We'll make it work. Okay. So, let me put these over here for the masculine. Okay. And the feminine. All right. So, that's going to go ahead and get in there with the tarot. And we're going to see, what is it? Oh, no. Hold on. This one's already turned around. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Come on now. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to see what energy the feminine find themselves in at the moment here. For the sake of time, I'm not going to make them all pop out. Okay. All right, so what energy we're in here right at the moment, okay? What it is that is, what is it that is, you know, conflicting at the moment in the mind, okay? And also, like, what is it that, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna throw some cards out here. I'm not even trying to do all that because that's just not how I roll. I'm not gonna fake it. I'm not gonna fake the funk here, okay? This is as organized as I'm gonna get. Take it or leave it. Ya ni canales. All right. Because I rearranged the cards anyways. Okay, sorry. We're not gonna take that. Okay. I do have a different style of reading. I'm not conventional. I'm very much intuitive based. So, okay. So how many did I say? 5? 1, 2. Okay. 3, 4, 5. And then if we need to clarify, we will be clarifying. Okay. All right. So, okay. So let's start here with the feminine side. First card we have is the Hierophant card. And I'm going to pull them all and turn them over, and then we will go over it. Okay. So we have the Hierophant for the female. For the female. Well, for the whatever, for the feminine. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we have the 3 of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the 2 of Wands. Okay, those are beautiful cards. I love them. Okay, so now let's check the masculines. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what we have over here. We have the Moon. Of course we do. Okay. Okay, just kidding. I didn't say that. Then we have the High Priestess. And we have the Empress. Okay. That's kind of like a lot of feminine energy there. And then we have, okay, I didn't say that either. Okay, and then we have the 6 of Pentacles. And we have the 3 of Wands. You know what? This actually is not bad energy here. Not bad at all. Okay, so before I go into anything, I'm going to just pull all the oracles too, okay? All right. So here we have for the feminine, we have the Artist, okay? And this one says it's a Venus, which is very much feminine energy, okay? I create my vision, creative, visionary, imaginative, idealistic, connective, harmonious, passionate, receptive, and reverent, spiritual. Funny thing is that a lot of this energy is over here because we have the Empress, which is, okay, you know, I'm not even going to go there yet. Sorry, I was ahead of myself again. Okay, let me move this out of the way. This is the neutral, which I'm going to put here. Okay. Because I don't even want to start until I get everything. All right. So then for the animal spirit, we have the Ram, perseverance. Okay, is the main energy. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach the mountaintop. Never give up. Good luck will follow. Okay, so your perseverance. Okay, so you can persevere, which is something that is pretty much, very much needed in this kind of connection, a spiritual journey here, because you definitely do need to withstand the power of the mind. Okay, we have Mars energy here, which is very much masculine energy. Okay, it's action driven. Okay, I'm not going to get super into it yet. I can't help myself. Okay, for the okay, we have here also for the Egyptian gods, we have a darkness. Okay, number 34. And I'll read into that one. I don't think that the other ones need to be read into so much. but we'll read into that one. And then we have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Very nice. And that goes hand in hand with this one. Put it right there. Okay, like that. Put it right there. And then, let's see, for the astrological aspect, we have Vesta, which is hearth. Okay, that's like the heart of like, you know, the home, okay, well, I'll get into that. I'll read out of that one too, and it's number 32. I'm going to put brought here. Okay, and for our little sun cards here, we have speculation and devotion. Speculation. And this one is a Jupiter in Cancer. Speculation, number 4. All right. Get crab. Okay, so that's like, okay, I'll get into that right now. To devotion. All right, so we have Saturn and Libra, and it's like a yin and yang, like here with a yin and yang, number 7. Okay, and that's also like divine intervention card, or, you know, very much so. So let's get into the masculine. This is actually going to be a pretty good reading, that from what I can see. We have the Muse, Venus also. Okay, I am inspired, intuitive, inspired, idealistic, creative, divinely connected, passionate, emotional, and sensitive. Interesting. Very, very interesting with this energy here that I'm getting for the masculine, which is actually not a bad thing. And I'll get into that in just a second. All right, so then next we have the animal spirit for them are the dolphin, which doesn't surprise me. Play, swim in the happy, joy living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into the wisdom. Go with the flow. All right. And we have here the Capricorn energy. Okay. I'm going to put it right here. And Capricorn energy is very much grounded. It's an earth sign. It's also has to do with, you know, career, very much you know, materially based, and I am a Capricorn, so I'm not going to say that it's all just about the money. No, it's all about having the stability, emotional stability, just in every aspect, stability in every aspect. We have here death and rebirth with number 6, okay, with Arise. And then we have Scorpio, investigate energy here, Scorpio. Okay, and then we have courage for the masculine. I find the inner strength to face my fear with confidence. And then we have secrets. Okay, and we have companionship. Okay, so we're going to very much see what's going on here. Before we continue, I do need to go over the joining or the mutual energies. So I'm going to split this here. And I'm just going to have to be moving the camera back and forth because, you know, I'm trying to get this close up and personal here. All right. Okay, so for the mutual energy, we have a journey, progressions, very appropriate. And then we have pride. Okay, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Okay. And then we have also enlightening and generosity. Okay, very good, very well. I didn't pull any tarot for the mutual energy, so let me do that now. And for that, I'm going to be using one of my favorite, and I love these for love messages, or for, I don't know why, because it's crows, but I don't know. I really connect with this when it comes to, oh, and okay. So we have the Page of Wands. We have the Two of Cups and the Fool. Ooh, I am liking this, mama like. Okay. This is very nice. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Cups. This one was upside down, we'll see why right now. And this is for the mutual energy. Okay, we have the Five of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Okay. So let's get started here. First off, I just want to share here that it seems like the energy took a shift, okay? Took a shift. Today is the first. I do like to incorporate a little bit of everything into my ideologies and my readings and whatnot, because there's a lot of truth and everything, and I feel like it makes sense. Because astrologically, okay, there was a big shift with Pluto. We do have the Capricorn energy there as well as the Mars. And Pluto was in Capricorn for a while, and it was tumultuous. And I do believe that regardless of whatever your sun sign is, you do have it did affect you in some way, in whatever, depending on where your placements are in your chart. But I'm saying all that to say that it seems like before this energy shift, okay, because this energy shift is really nice. This is beautiful compared to what it was. And actually, you know what? Let me just for fun, let me go ahead and just take a couple of cards to what was the past energy here. I'm just going to take 3 cards for the masculine and the feminine. What could you show me the past energy here? Okay, this one fell. The past energy. Okay, for the for the feminine here. And I'm going to take the 3 cards on top here. And we have the 5 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this is with the past energy. We'll go over that in just a second. For the counterpart here, we have, let me just shuffle a little bit, give it a couple of shuffles here. And I'm just going to pull from the top just to get an idea. Okay, well, this one came out, the Chariot, for the masculine. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so off the bat here, you know what? And for the mutual, I'm going to take this one because it was next, okay? And let me take this one here. I'm going to take 2 of these. So we have the Page of Swords and we have the 7 of Cups. Okay, so off the bat already right here, mutually, let's forget about this right now. Just go rewind for a minute. In the past, okay, there was a Page of Swords. If you see this card, it's you know, it seems like it's like raining, or I don't know. It seems like there's like some tumultuous weather going on. There's like some thunderbolts, and this crow is carrying the sword, okay. And it's just to me it kind of seems like usually the Page of Swords is somebody that's you know, the tarot readers will say, okay, it's like somebody that's a spying card, or it's like, you know, somebody that's kind of just like, you know, looking or kind of creeping or whatever. But in this card, for me, it's telling me that I'm taking this as the sword of truth here, right? And it seems like there was a little bit of a battle going on here, and somebody was, you know, wanting to they did, it seemed like they did the most to take that sword to run with their truth, okay, through all of this hard weather. That's what it seems like to me. And then there's confusion here too. This is the card of confusion, because this crow doesn't know what to pick, even though there's a lot of different things in the cups, but it's almost like it can't make its mind up because it doesn't know what to pick. And here we have the 4 of Pentacles, which is typically, it's like the 4 of Pentacles is holding back, like, you know, kind of pinching, being stingy. And here it seems like somebody with the feminine here is kind of doing like almost like she's using her power, you know, maybe like holding back, saying, okay, no, you're not going to get any of this money. What do you think you're doing, mister? And, you know, you're going to fall to your doom, sir. So it seems like there was a little battle here going on, like maybe a power of the wills, some control, push and pull, you know, butting of the heads, you know, maybe tit for tat kind of bullshit, and some confusion here, a lot of like, you know, not making decisions. The Knight of Wands, it's like, okay, this is the new energy, okay? So before I get to this transitionary thing, let me come over here to the female, to the feminine. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a very grounded queen. She is, she represents the, you know, the earth. She is rooted and grounded. She has a pentacle because the pentacle is basically represents the material here, everything that is tangible. It could be relationships, it could be money, it could be things, places, whatever. And she's sitting there in her chair. She's very comfortable knowing that she has her stuff together, and she's just like, you know, I don't really need anything, I'm good. You know, she seems prideful, and she crossed her legs, crossed her arms, like, I'm not really, you know, I don't need nobody. Okay. Normally, you know, she's a very nurturing queen and all, but in this picture, that's what it seems like to me. Okay. It seems like, okay, it took me a while to get here, and I got here, and I'm not even trying to, lose my cool, or not be grounded just for any random situation. Okay. This one is reminiscing about like things of past. Like right here, he's reminiscing when the puppy was little and he was a little boy, and it's just like, like a nostalgia of something that you have with a person of the past that is significant to you. Okay. And then this one is all about the Five of Pentacles. Is feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you got the door closed out on you. But in the Five of Pentacles, it's funny because it's kind of like a woe it's me energy, because there's a key. She could very much open the door, but it's like choosing to kind of wallow in like in things that lost, or wallow in the energy of like being abandoned, or like kind of a self-pity kind of energy. All right. And it's very much very real. And judging from what I see here, it seems like, let me go to the masculine here. In the past here, we have the Chariot, and we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. So it tells me here with all these pentacles, like the masculine was very much focused on like money, maybe, like, so here it seems like they're chasing the Ace of Pentacles is usually like a seed that's given to you, a seed that's given by the universe, like a kind of like a, hey, here's a seed for you to, with good blessings and good fortune, for you to go ahead and plant that and make it grow, and continue to water it, to allow it to grow, and possibly like, unite with somebody and bring it together and collaborate. But it seems very much like there was a Two of Pentacles is usually balancing something, or having to make a decision, or like you're trying to juggle things and needing to maybe like have too much on your plate. You're like, I have to let go of one of these two things, like, and here it shows the Two of Pentacles, like, like it's almost like a love, like the two butterfly, like the two people make one butterfly. Okay. And then there's a Chariot. So this person needed to make a decision, and here with the Two of Pentacles, and then they needed to get on the Chariot and take off, right? It's like everybody's like, we're waiting for you. Come on, are you coming or not? Are you coming or not? And it seems to me from right here, like there's a whole lot of females here. Okay, I don't know. I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm just going with what my intuition's telling me from the cards. But it seems very much like everybody's like, come on, your chariot awaits. And the ladies, it's like, don't worry about that. Come on, you got your pentacle. Let's go chase those monies. You don't have to worry about that one raggedy person right there, because we have all these we have all of these girls here for you. Woohoo! Look at you. And then you have like the death spirit back here. Well, whatever, skeleton over here. Everything's skeleton. Okay, so everything's very much like, I'm just gonna go with like the devil energy, because it's like, come on over here, luring him over here to come by yourself. Don't worry about your counterpart. Leave her behind. Look at all these women. You don't need her. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. Okay, and you guys, if you read if you see my other readings, I'm very much try to be fair, and I'm never really biased. I go with but that's what I'm seeing, and you guys are seeing that if you're looking at this. So that left somebody feeling out in the cold. That left somebody feeling out in the cold, like raggedy, like they felt raggedy, like, oh man, damn, okay, so I guess I'm not worth it, like I just got abandoned. Okay, they just totally took off and got on the, like they just left me and got on that damn chariot to go chase money and bitches or whatever and riches. And it left us thinking, here, okay, now I'm feel left out in the cold, and I'm just thinking about how it used to be, thinking about all the cups that we invested in, all these years that were invested, and that kind of made us grow into this Queen of Pentacles. Like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna focus on my shit here, and I'm gonna establish myself. And that's why she's proud. She has her legs crossed. She has her arms crossed. She has her eyes closed. Like, no, I'm not even trying to hear it. Like, don't even come over here trying to move anything, because I'm good right here. Look, I've been grounded right here. I even have like roots coming out of my head. Okay. And whatnot. Not roots, but little sprouts, because I'm grounded. I'm good. Okay. So I think that's a really good interpretation from what I'm getting here. Now let's go back over here. So in this aspect here with the female, the feminine, I mean, she it seems like she underwent a lot of growth. Okay, she underwent a lot of growth. The wheel here turned. There was an ending of a cycle. Okay, so when he decided to hop onto that chariot and abandon the female here, that basically closed off the cycle. Okay, where the female probably went through a lot of pain. She felt left out in the cold. Okay, and let's remember over here that the male, okay, let's be fair here. Let's be fair. Okay, it's not like he just took off and said, okay, I'm gonna leave. It seems like there was already some tumultuous shit happening. Okay, there was some tit for tat. There was a lot of problems, a lot of, like, friction. There was, Bridezilla here being like, no, you can't have the money, and he's like, oh no, okay, well then I'm not gonna tell you the truth, and I'm just gonna fight with you and tit for tat, and I don't know what I want anymore. Okay, and okay, so there we have that. So let's remember that. So, okay, we're gonna, since we already talked about what happened in the past, now we're gonna see what's pretty much happening from then till now. So the cycle closed. That closed out the cycle. Okay. Now the feminine, she ended up going through a spiritual path to, to ascend, her consciousness, to become enlightened. Okay, which I believe is one of the cards over here. Which we'll get to. Okay, to become enlightened, she went up the stairs and she decided, you know what, I'm not gonna sit here and go chase after, cockabilly rooster or anything like that. I'm just gonna do my thing here. I'm going to heal. I'm gonna feel my pain, and I'm going to seek source. I'm gonna seek God. I'm going to seek my higher power. I'm going to transform myself, kind of like in the novelas, when there's the nice naive girl that the rich man is all in love with, but then all of a sudden he ends up ditching her for some slutty bitch or something, and then she's like, no, and she's like, never again am I going to allow this and this, right? So it's like, instead of getting bitter and being angry, instead it's like, you felt everything and grew from it. Okay, and the cycle turned in your favor. All right, and what this caused is this actually allowed for the reconciliation with your life prior. Okay, with friends, with family, with people that are like-minded, people that care. Started being happy again. Finding the beauty in the stars. Just the simplicity of enjoying a sunset. Or a starlit sky, for what I know. Okay, enjoying things that you used to enjoy, kind of getting back to yourself. Okay, let me. Okay. Sorry, let me just skip this. Okay, all right. So that then what happened here is, not only did we become the Queen of Pentacles, but also this allowed for the Queen of Cups, which is the water suits and the cups are all about love, and they're all about emotions. They're all about intuition. Okay, and this allowed to balance out the emotions. Okay, and also to just become emotionally intelligent and come to one with self and with our intuition. So in reality, it was actually a blessing in disguise. It actually made the feminine really ascend and come into herself. So this is really nice right here. And imagination, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my life. So I feel like the feminine took solace in herself and in creating things, diving into her creative abilities, maybe like starting new projects, maybe thinking about using her feminine energy, like we have the artist here too. The artist, I create my vision, creative, visionary, imaginative, connective, harmonious, passionate, receptive. Because maybe before the feminine was not so in tune with herself. Maybe before she wasn't aware of her power. Maybe before she was lacking a little bit of this Mars energy. Okay, and again, the Mars energy is a very much masculine energy, and Mars is a ruling planet of Aries, which is the zodiac sign Aries, and that's very much indicative of a leadership, of being a person that's steadfast, headstrong. When they have an idea, they go for it. They make things happen. They just they kind of just move. They're warriors. They're gonna make sure that things go take foot. They're not very patient with people that that are too much in their head, or they can't, that are just taking forever to be indecisive. So it seems like a lot with a touch of this Mars energy, we were able to balance out the male, the masculine energy with and the feminine energy within us. So that was very, very nice. Okay, so that was something that that was needed to kind of get things going for the feminine out of that energy of feeling stuck and feeling depressed and whoa, it's me energy. So I'm going to put these right here because we're kind of pretty much went over those. And then the ram energy, again, the ram energy is the ram is Aries energy. Okay, the ram is yeah, it's the ram is the Aries zodiac sign, and it says here, you have many gifts. No problem could withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach the mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck. Okay, so it seems like we found our power. We found our strength. Not only did we find our strength within ourselves, as far as like the physical strength, the mental strength, but we found our spiritual strength, and we found the strength in our feminine. We found we were able to really round ourselves off here really nicely. And we have the darkness here, and I'm going to read into that one. Okay, we have speculation, which we're going to look into, and Vesta. So before we look into that, no, actually, let me finish this off before I go into the mail, because, and okay, we're 36 minutes in, all right. But I feel like this is going to be well worth it, because I feel like this is something that the collective needed to hear, and it's going to bring a lot of clarity, and it's going to bring a lot of peace of mind to everybody. Things aren't as they seemed, okay? And I'm going to get into that a little bit more. I might have to make another reading to go into that a little bit deeper, as far as, because I'm getting some channeled energy here for the masculine. But anyways, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. Now, where is the book for the Egyptian gods? Where did I put it? Okay, well, I don't want to waste too much time, so I'm going to come back to this one right now when I find the book. So let's look at the Vesta. Number 32. 3 and 2 is 5, and that is a energy of change and conflict. It could be, a lot of the times it's conflict that is going to produce a change that is necessary, okay, for growth and whatnot. So we never look at anything as anything negative, because everything is something that we learn from, and everything is essential, and it makes us stronger, and it's going to get us closer to where we need to go. Okay, so Vesta, it says here, Vesta calls you to be hearth, fire, and to share yourself with the benefit of all, but still have enough energy left inside to live healthfully and to give again another day. Okay, the second largest and brightest asteroid between Jupiter and Mars was named after Vesta, the oldest goddess of hearth, home, family, and center of strong community and fire. Her temple was never allowed to go out. So she had a fire. Okay, so the hearth is pretty much like that fire, the fire in the home, like the chimney, the warmth in the home. And it says that it was never allowed to go out. And we do have the fire with a lot of fire energy with Mars here is a fire energy as well. And it's talking about, okay, action. It's very much action oriented. Okay, evaluate yourself and your life. Each human's task is to help reduce the total suffering on earth and increase the total joy. Your joy and suffering matters as much, neither more nor less than anyone else's. Do not burn yourself up for anybody else's cause, nor withhold your warmth, but share what you have to offer. This is not a situation where you could need to take sides or come back into center to the flame of your hearth and core values. Focus on the center flame instead of personalities involved. Okay, remember what matters and find the calm. Okay, whatever. Challenge. It warns you to share self rather than sacrifice self. Your hard work at holding the situation together may be ignored or taken for granted unless you know your worth. The gift. Find the temple within, the place of quiet safety where you could tend the fire and carry the sacred temple with you always. That's actually a beautiful message. And this is also very indicative here of the Queen of Cups, because the Queen of Cups is somebody that is very giving. She's very nurturing. She's very loving. And she learns that she needs to make sure that her cup is always filled. She's not giving too much to anybody. That's not, she's not giving too much to where she's depleted. Okay. And that's what they're talking about, of not holding back yourself back. still sharing your warmth, not allowing your fire to, like if something happens, somebody does something to you, not going completely cold and just, going ice queen and not letting your fire, because what happens then is that we tend to be like, okay, I'm going to be so cold with you and I'm not going to share the best of you. I'm just going to be this like cold-hearted asshole. But in reality, who is suffering there? Yes, you're being cold-hearted asshole and the other person is like, experiencing the coldness, but you're also experiencing the coldness for yourself, and everybody else that loves you and that's around you and that relies on your fire and relies on your warmth is also getting that coldness. So in reality, you're really just being miserable because you're being less of yourself. So that's a lesson that we sometimes need to look at, and that comes in with pride. Okay. And I could attest to that one. Okay. Because sometimes it's just like, oh, fine, then I'm just going to be cold, or I'm going to give you the cold shoulder. But in doing that, we kind of get bitter, and everybody else experiences it too. It's not just that one person that you're trying to, single out. It's like everybody else experiences that. So it's a disservice for yourself and those other people in your life. Okay. Anywho, and there's a lot to be said about that, but we're just going to continue here because we're already probably going to go over an hour. But where's my book for? Where's the PC book? Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay. So now, moving on to the darkness. Darkness. The darkness. The darkness. The darkness. The dark chicken is finger licking. Okay, just ignore what I just said right now. Okay, the darkness. Okay, no, excuse me. I'm just looking for the darkness here. What number is it? Number 34. Again, I don't normally do all this, so bear with me, please. Okay, the darkness. So the darkness. Okay, and this is for Apophysis, okay? He was depicted as a gigantic python that dwells in the bowels of the earth, where the sunlight does not filter through, okay? And this embodiment of the darkness, evil, and chaos, that dark enemy of the sun gods, Ra, the bearer of light, he comes in with action in all stages of Ra's celestial journey in order to obstruct him from dawn to dusk, but the existence of Apophis is necessary for the balance of the world itself. The ancestral clash between good and evil, the struggle between the two opposing energies, which the risk of no return. Okay, Apophysis threatens your balance if you live in blindness. The path that you take is opposite in which is right. Immediately reverse the course and empty yourself to become a recipient of forces before reaching the point of no return. So it seems here like there was a point of darkness, okay, in this situation where we were kind of going off the deep end into the dark abyss over here. Might have started having those thoughts like, okay, I'm gonna go key this MF first car, I'm gonna go throw like a little sock with some gasoline in a bottle. I'm so kidding, but no, I'm not kidding. Because sometimes what could happen is when you're in a situation that throws all of this off, that throws off your balance, that throws off your authenticity and throws off when you start losing yourself, you start kind of going into the darkness. This is what it's saying, that it was necessary to kind of get to that darkness, because it was necessary also to find your shadow, which we did not go over right here so much, but that could be another reading. I could actually go into a reading for further healing. I think I'm going to do that. We're going to look into the shadow aspects that we have overcome, and if we still need to overcome some of those shadow aspects so that we aren't faced with this same kind of situation once again. And so we could just make sure that the healing's all the way done. And in case that there's people that are not here yet that are getting here, we want to know how we got here, okay, with more profound. Anyways, so getting back to this. So the darkness, it was necessary. Okay, and this goes hand in hand with this here because it's talking about the Vesta, the hearth. You want to make sure that the darkness and the coldness doesn't just completely turn off your fire. But because we are beings of light here, we're walking our spiritual path, we are holders of light. So regardless if we are in the dark, we're still holding that light. And it's just important, and we are protected. So it kind of did a service here with this devotion that talks about the divine This is the divine order, the divine what's it called? What did I say? Divine intervention. Okay, number 7. It's the moon and the sun. It's having the balance between the what is the moon, or subconscious, our our spirituality, our intuition, and having the sun, which is like the Mars energy, the aspect of actually being in the sun, growing, and the warmth, and being happy, and not being carried away with our emotions and whatnot. Okay, that's the devotion that we need to devote ourselves to, keeping that balance here. That's what that is. Okay, and the speculation, I'm going to say that this is number 4. It has to do with stability. It has to do with the home. We have Cancer here, which is the pretty much, Cancer is all about the home body. They're about the family. They're all about the stability, the emotional stability. They are what dwells in the home. And it's important to keep with a Cancer place. With a Cancer, it's important. They're ruled by the moon. Okay, so they're very much in their emotion, and they're very much in the subconscious, and they're very much also like, once something happens that you tend to you reject or offend the Cancer will go in to their shell, and they will not come out. And if you try to go get them, they'll pinch your nose with their pinchers and say, get away from me. Okay, you kind of made me feel bad, and now I'm kind of prideful, and I'm not coming out because I'm embarrassed, or because you hurt me, and fuck you. Okay, so if you see here, the man and the woman, they're kind of looking at each other like, maybe he gave her this flower, and she's like, oh, this flower, well, it's going to take more than that. Speculation, like, speculating things where we're maybe looking into things too much, or speculating stuff that possibly isn't happening, or just really looking like this bridezilla over here, is really got so big, and was just looking at everything so big, like she just started overtaking and being stingy. So there's something here about that we can't just jump on the masculine here and villainize him, because there was obviously some shadow aspects of the darkness, that the feminine went into her darkness as well. So okay, let's to be, just because we're trying to keep this balance here. Okay, all right. In any ways, and I have to play the devil's advocate, because like I said, I'm not about picking sides, because we all have fingers to point at others. We point them at ourselves, right? Okay, so now let's just kind of touch base here again. So we were talking about how this masculine was like, okay, the money, and ooh, I love you, you're my thing, and oh my gosh, I don't know, I need a pick. And then all of a sudden he was like, bye-bye, when he saw all of this. They're like, his buddies are like honking, hey, come on, get on the car, let's go. We got the bitches and the stitches, we got the riches right here, let's go. And he's like, you know what, yeah, I'm tired of this fighting and this tit for tat and this bridezilla lady that's just always mad and stuff. Of course, there was a power struggle, okay? But what I find interesting here, let's go back to this middle part. What I find interesting here is, okay, let's go right here. You know what? No, before we do that, let me go over here. Sorry. Okay, so let's do the tarot first. We have the moon here, okay? And the moon, if you look here, in this particular card, in this deck, which I find, this is beautiful, okay? And every time I look at these, because I have so many different decks, I see something different. And it really goes with what we're talking about, because even though it is a masculine energy, it's looking at its reflection, and it's reflecting, and it's saying, you know what? Maybe I haven't been seeing how I've been operating out of my devil energy. I've been very much in my devil energy. Okay, so maybe it's like going into it's like the moon is it's like finally looking into the subconscious, the things that they have been in denial about, the things that they haven't been wanting to see, and seeing that, and feeling their emotions, and the moon is mirroring back to them what it is that caused the feminine to go into the darkness and cause this disconnect, okay, to where there's this disharmony. So the masculine is now having to reflect. It seems like they went through some hardship here, and had to go in, which is very hard for them. Obviously, if they're really just based on money and stuff, they were not at all listening to their intuition, or listening to their, they were very head over heart. They were not listening to their heart, because it showed here that they loved the feminine with the Two of Pentacles, but they picked, when the buddies were honking, they're like, all right, no, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the buddies, go with the hoes, bros and hoes. So but the masculine is now really having a rude awakening. Like, this is what the feminine was seeing right here. Okay, I'm finally seeing that. This is what she was seeing. This is what she was upset about. This is how I was coming across to her. Okay, so the masculine is having some harsh realizations. And the high priestess is here because the high priestess is, she knows everything. Okay, she's very psychic. She represents the intuition. So the masculine, okay, is very much, has always had this ability, has always had this very strong Venus and feminine energy, this moon energy, this very psychic, this, it's almost like they were acting stupid, kind of, because they knew, like, they knew they had these feelings, but they didn't want to face them. They didn't want to make them real, because it was easier for them to chase the bag, to chase the hag, to chase, no, I'm not going to say the other word. Okay. So this is very important here, you guys. This is something that we really want to, like, take a minute to appreciate, that the masculine, this is the shift that took place right now. Like, if you thought that if you thought the day would never come where the masculine would actually, like, go within and do some work, or have reflective, capacity, it seems like, it took place now with this whole Pluto shift. And it seems like now they're understanding and listening and realizing that they have, their intuition was trying to tell them the whole time certain things, right? So now they're seeing you as the Empress. Okay, the Empress is somebody that's abundant, somebody that, it's all the queens in one. Okay, I need to make a video with all this so people can see that. I don't have to explain it. It's all of the queens in one. So the way that tarot works is, like, there's the suits, there's the swords, which is all about the mind and the intellect. Okay, it's like the air signs. They're not very much about heart. They're all about their mind and the logic. And then so it's like getting your head strong. Okay, so that's one of the tests that you have to pass, for one of the lessons. And then you have the cups, which is all about your emotions and kind of bringing yourself back to self-love and balancing your emotions and being emotionally intelligent. And then you have the pentacles, which is right here, that we've mastered here, getting ourselves grounded and being self-made, being nurturing ourselves to this place where you are, basically at one with earth and materializing everything, because we were able to build ourselves. Okay, and that's with the pentacles and the pentacles. And then we have the wands, which are the creativity, which is the passion, which is the action, which is all of this stuff that we already mastered over here too, all this Mars energy. Okay, and the Ram energy. So we mastered all that shit. We have now completed our cycles where we have gone through our bullshit enough. We've learned all the damn lessons, and now we are the Empress. And they see that now they're the Empress. They see, okay, you know what? This person actually went through all this bullshit. They are very strong. And this whole time that I was over here bullshitting around and chasing bullshit, she was over here suffering and building herself. And instead of going out and doing all this crazy stuff that I was doing, she was over here building herself, working on herself. Okay. So that's really important to realize, because I don't think that the masculines really saw the abundance in the feminine, because they see just a sloppy emotional mess that they created, because it's reactive abuse, right? Anyway, so let's go. We'll get into that. But now they're seeing your worth, and they're seeing you as, or they're seeing, we're all the collective. They're seeing us as the Empress here. Okay. And the Six of Pentacles is wanting to give a equal give and take. Okay, like there's the time has that it's like it's a tale as old as time, like Beauty and the Beast, I guess. There's a lot of, and like right here, where is it? We have the Six of Cups, which is, the nostalgia. Well, the Six of Pentacles is giving an equal give and take. Like, okay, now I want to give also. Like, I want to sink in like the clock does. It won't work unless it sinks in. Now I'm ready to sink in, because before it was like a battle. Like, okay, well, you do this, I'm going to do that. No, but you did this. That we saw all this ruckus over here. There was a lot of conflict. There wasn't appreciation, because see, now the female had to go through all this action energy. It had to go through all the masculine energy to appreciate what the masculine was going through, to build himself, to build the pentacles, because he wanted to build himself, to get the money, to get the bag, because he didn't feel like he had things to offer her. And now he it was doing all that. Now he had to go in and find his inner feminine, and become appreciative of her. So we have all this energy of like the moon and this energy, which is very much feminine, the high priestess, tapping into your intuition and tapping into your psychic powers, and your knowing and all of that stuff, right? Knowing when to talk, knowing when not to talk, knowing the secrets of just kind of getting all this information that they weren't seeing before. So now they appreciate you, and they're here, and as they see you as an empress, and they have the Three of Wands, which is like, wanting to take action and just kind of waiting here, like, they got the ticket here, the little bird brought it, and that's what they're waiting for, like, just waiting for the ships to come in to do something about it. Now, let's continue. We have a companionship, and then we have here secrets. So I feel like the feminine was seeing very much the energy that the masculine was in, very much running away from the feelings and all of that stuff, and running towards like more of the companionship, keeping secrets, which again, here it's number 7. So this was also divinely guided. See these 2 cards? They're divinely guided. Okay. It's like the feminine was over here working at balancing. Okay. That was what the divine and source were guiding her. Her spiritual guides were guiding her to this. And this was almost something that needed to happen, because this is something that was divinely guided. Number 7, also the companionship, the moon and the Libra. The Libra energy is very much like flirty. It's very much like, people pleaser, very much. And then the moon is like, the moon is secretive. It's like companionship, keeping those secrets. And then we have here the Scorpio and the Venus. And Scorpio investigate here, the card of Scorpio also. So what this is telling me, and Scorpio is the house of or the sign of death, transformation. It's ruled by Pluto. Okay, it's very secretive, very mysterious. Okay, so I feel like the masculine was in this energy that was really kind of setting this feminine off, throwing her into this whole bridezilla, closing yourself off to him. Which was causing him to say, oh, you're a bitch, I'm just going to run over here and fucking, do the most, right? And here we have courage, because they needed to find their inner strength and confidence, and to really face the bullshit that they were doing, face themselves, really, okay? Because it took a lot. We have to really give them the applause here, because it took a lot for them to be able to get themselves into this feminine energy, especially because I'm sensing a lot of like toxic masculinity. This person was probably somebody that was all about like, no, it's my way or the highway. Women are, supposed to be cooking and making tortillas, and, what do you mean you should clean and cook, and I don't care if you work. I mean, you're a girl, that kind of energy. Like they weren't appreciating the feminine energy very well. And so they really needed to do this. This is something that was divinely guided, so that they needed to go through this to appreciate and to kind of be humbled and appreciate what it is that they had, and see the worth within the female here. And then we have the Capricorn energy, which is very much, talking about, the grounding, the groundedness, they're very, the dependability. They're needing basically to kind of get responsible. Okay, they needed to not only like be grounded and having their money right, but the Capricorn energy is very much nurturing. It's very much dependable, loyal. They have to set their mind to something, they get it done. They're like, it's like slow but steady. They get what they need. They get to the place where they need to get. So we have the Capricorn energy here with them. We have the Scorpio energy. And here we have the death and rebirth. So again, yeah, death to all of this bullshit here with the bitches and hoes and bros, because it's like they realize something happened there, that they realize that the hoes and bros, they're going to just keep on going and honking at everybody's house. Okay. And eventually when they settle down, the party's over. They're going to be in with the hoes and bros all old and trying to honk at their friends, and ain't nobody going to be coming out. They're going to be alone and sad. And I think something happened where they realized that those people and that lifestyle wasn't getting them anywhere fast, and they were just running, and they were going to keep on running. Eventually they were going to stop, and there was going to be nothing there for them, right? So this was something that was needing to happen to get them to this death and rebirth, which is also the Scorpio energy has to do with the death and rebirth. Okay, again, the Pluto, which is what just happened now. So see how this is all happening? I knew this was going to be a good reading. Okay, and then the Muse. I inspire, I am inspired, intuitive, inspired, idealistic. Okay, so I feel like now they view the feminine as a muse, okay? Like they're inspired now. They're inspired at how far, and now they appreciate the journey that the feminine has taken, okay? Because they see they saw her, now they understand the struggle, now they understand why she was the way she was, which was a big disconnect before. And the dolphin, the play, so it seems like they're, wanting to be in this energy of being fun and light and just living, having a good time. Probably, the dolphins are very much known for their promiscuity and liking to engage in the sexuals for fun and not so much procreation. Okay, so that is still there for them. They still have that energy there. You could be prepared for that kind of encounter with this masculine energy. But they're wanting to come in light, they're more lighthearted. They're wanting to show their light side, whereas to maybe before they were a little bit, even borderline abusive, very, very dictatorish and very my way or the highway. I'm just going to run away because you're annoying and you're, bitching too much. So I'm just going to go with my friends and bullshit. So, all of that stuff. Okay. Now let's look at the middle part here, because this is getting, I knew I was going to go over now, but I mean, it's worth it. It's a good reading. So we have here the enlightening. Let me just go ahead and just read it while I'm there. Enlightening, and that's raw energy, number one. That's, and number one. Okay. So number one is very much energy of the beginning of starting of firsts of leadership. So this is very good energy to have here because it's talking about the beginning. Okay, so coming back to the beginning, and we have number one. It says first sun god. Okay, first sun god. Oh my God. First sun god. He who rises up climbing high in the sky. Life and prosperity came from the sun and its heat. Its symbol of the eye of Ra is also associated with the meaning of the third eye. The energy of Ra is vital, the source of creative growth. This deity instills clarity and transparency. There is nothing to fear under the influence of Ra. He helps to heal the wounds and restore lost harmony, but with action. Above all, he advises you to abandon the subverges and of the moon and act boldly in the full light. Okay, so there was a lot of moon energy over here with the masculine, and I think there was a lot of moon energy also with the feminine, because I don't feel like there's they weren't ever able to really express their what it is that they were going through or feeling, because the masculine was very much in very low, devil energy, very low vibrational, overindulgent, and just wanting to go after things that were making him feel good at the moment, very in that energy. So that's what pushed the feminine to this darkness. So what they're talking about is coming together out of the darkness, out of the moon, and out of that comfort in which both parties found themselves, and into the light where there is transparency, where there is honesty, where there is a chance to come together and heal wounds and restore the harmony. Okay, but it takes action on both sides. Okay, because you don't want to abandon. You want to abandon all of what it is that we don't want to deal with, and just shove it into our subconscious and just kind of sweep it under the rug. No, this is talking about coming into the light, into the sun. The sun illuminates everything because it gives it the warmth and the nutrients to grow, right? Okay, so then we have number 5 here with generosity. Okay, so generosity and the star is a very also indicative of healing, of giving. Okay, so we have Saturn and Leo. Okay, Leo is the sun. Leo is generosity. Leo is joy. Leo is love. Leo is fun. Okay, and Saturn is very much, it's authoritative. It's very disciplined. So it's generosity and in balance. Okay, responsibly, taking things with a bit of joy, but also in a responsible manner to kind of add to come together to this healing here. Okay, what else do we have? We have journey and progressions, and 5 and 6 is 11. Okay, 11 is a master number, and 11 is, what is it? Which one is an 11? I want to say number 10 is the end, and number 11 is, I want to say, is like, basically starting over. But anyways, progressions, because this journey has been a progression. And see, the thing is, you could look at it here and say, oh my gosh, this person did this and this person did that. But then we have to look at the way that I laid it out. It's like you get to see, not because it's very easy to come to from where you're at to point fingers. But I mean, we can't expect for somebody to be very excited and, be excited to listen to nagging and to listen to, like, all of this pointing fingers and tearing down everything that somebody's doing wrong, and becoming this bridezilla and holding back and no longer being loving and all of this because of maybe something that closed us off over here and pushed us into the darkness and possibly even made us kind of depressed and threw us into a loop and totally took you off your character. At the same time, with the coping, the masculine, they resorted to their coping, which, for the female, it seemed like she kind of, isolated herself, maybe kind of put herself in like kind of like the crab right there. Just, oh, you hurt me, so I'm going to just go into my crab and don't you come around me because I'm going to freaking take your nose off. But what we're expecting them to just be like, okay, perfect, let me just come and kiss your ass every day. Well, no, I mean, I'm sure that something happened here, but the thing is that both parties were in the wrong because they decided to go with their pride and go tit for tat and just really not really look at things from a different perspective. So the masculine went around it another way and just ran away from all the responsibilities and ran away from everything. Neither one is right, but at the end it's beautiful because they both balance each other out without knowing, because now, without even knowing, in this feud or separation, when the masculine decided to go with the homies and the hoes, the female over here, that's the best thing that could have happened. It's almost like a catalyst for both of their growths. Okay, so now they have a chance. Now that they both kind of they reached a culmination, because this is a spiritual, this is a very spiritual union. Okay, so it's been divinely guided on both sides. It's almost like the spirit's been protecting this. Okay, and it was meant to be this way. So that they could both kind of catapult each other into their ascension, into their growth, into their transformation. Okay, because it took, it's almost like it took us, they needed to trigger each other into transforming. And if the masculine wasn't transforming, then it'd be like whatever, but they did transform, and so did the feminine. So now there's a chance here into continuing the journey and coming together in a more transparent way. And here we have the 5 of Wands, where there was a whole lot of conflict before, as far as like, conflict of will, which was not allowing for the Knight of Cups. It wasn't allowing for the cup of love to come in. If the masculine tried to apologize or tried to come in and say, hey, you know what, I'm sorry, or whatever, the feminine was biting its nose off and doing the most. And it's kind of like the masculine was like, okay, well, I'm over here, I understand, I've tried to tell you something, you're not listening to me, I don't know what else to do, I don't want to like give up, so I'm just gonna cope the best way that I can. And the female over here was like, what, like this person's doing this, and no, I'm gonna be stingy, and no, you can't do this and that. Became like this big problem, but at the same time wasn't willing to put the pride aside to kind of come together with the situation. So here, what I'm seeing, pride. Okay, I love myself, and I see myself in everyone. So there was a need here to work on that pride. Okay, that is what was. These two people were very strong-minded, very strong character, and they were not allowing each other. There was a competition. There was not like a working together. And here we have the 2 of Cups. So there's a lot of love here, and there's still love here. There's an opportunity for love, to coming together and giving each other the equal give and take, when it comes to sharing of emotions, sharing of heart, and sharing of strength, sharing of courage, sharing of truth. Okay. the Page of Wands. So there could be maybe like some talk or some kind of opportunity for the Knight of Wands, for somebody to come together here and take a leap of faith, which is the Fool, taking a leap of faith. Normally in the tarot, people will say that the Knight of Wands is like a player card, or because it's an in and out, it's very just, it's a very fiery, exciting energy. But here, I don't see that, because I see the Sun here, okay, and then I see the Wand. I see, and there is a it's like a the crow and the horse are running together. They're like, let's go do this, and in the Sun, okay. So it's not like I'm gonna go by myself with my wand and go stick somebody. No, I see it more of like a new exciting kind of energy where there's an excitement and movement going on, quick movement, and taking a leap of faith here. And this is some energy that's available for whoever is that wants to take it, but it's a nice energy regardless. If there is any kind of reconciliation or not, there is a reconciliation of hearts, and there is an opportunity to say, hey, you know what, I forgive you, because I see things differently now, and I understand, okay, like those are things that within myself that I needed to heal, that you triggered. And the same thing with the masculine, because it seems to me like the masculine was very avoidant, very like running away from any kind of touchy-feely shit, because they were just like, nah, I'm not even interested in all that. I want to make some money, and you're being too mushy here. And the feminine was like, being triggered left and right, causing her to really step into her bridezilla, in closing off energy. So they were both kind of closing off from each other. They have more in common than they realized. It's just that they weren't communicating. So that's really nice. I really actually like this, because it's kind of like a fairy tale ending in a way, like a Beauty and the Beast type of thing. But it puts it into perspective on both sides. Neither one is right. But either way, it was a beautiful growth. And regardless, maybe at the time it was hard, but once that the feminine went to this Hierophant and really got this enlightenment and saw things in a different way, they were able to kind of, come back and balance themselves out with self-love and love and forgiveness. And the masculine, instead of being bitter and being like, oh, this fucking bitch and this and that, like they were able to tap into their intuition and into their soft, more feminine part, and they were able to balance themselves out. So now you have two balanced people coming together, instead of two damaged or unhealed people. Now you have two healed people coming together that could create a healthy union. And now they could combine their strengths and their wits and whatnot, and actually manifest something big together. So that's actually really nice. So I'm seeing that, okay? And I think I'm going to channel a reading from the masculine to the feminine, because I really do feel like the masculine really did hurt the feminine, from what I'm seeing here, especially with this whole chariot, the homies type of situation. Regardless, I mean, there's no excuse for that. And I really do feel like there is a lot of things that are left unsaid, and I think that the female, I think that the feminine energy will resonate with that, because it will probably just confirm things that maybe she already knew. Because again, this is a spiritual union. Like I said, this was a very strong union spiritually. So it's like spiritually, these people are very close together. Like, they probably, they felt very close. Like they didn't need to talk. They could communicate. Like, they knew what each other was thinking. They could be together in a room and be like, communicate. But when it came to like the actual physical, like speaking and doing things, and the ego just got in the way, so it was a lot of fighting and bickering. But deep down inside, there was always still that closeness, even through the separation, because separation is just an illusion, because this is a very spiritual union, and you will not understand that unless you are in a spiritual union. So those of you guys that are listening to this and they're like, whatever, super toxic, oh my God, well, the spirit, like if you're on your spiritual path and you have experienced a spiritual union, you will be able to appreciate this. And anyways, let me see if I can get you some advice here, or just a nice little, here, let me do this one. Okay, so I'm going to pull from this magical spell cards to see what kind of energy this, and again, this is the energy that's available to you, and this is what most of the collective is showing here, but it's very much up to your free will to take this, take care of this. So we have healing here. Okay, candle flame, burn this hour, bring to me your healing power. Okay, so healing, and the 11 again here, 11. We had 11 over here. Okay, I like to look at those synchronicities. Okay, we have good cheer. 2 and 5 is 7. Again, divinely guided. Okay, and the divine number of divinity here. We have good cheer with kind heart and humor free. May good cheer rule. So mote it be. Okay, and then we have authenticity. Who I am is good indeed. I'm authentic in thought and word and deed. Number 10. So completion. So upon all of this completion over here with all this bullshit, we were able to become authentic, our authentic selves. Okay. And then we have number 26, which is 2 and 6 is number 8. Again, the infinity number. And it says here, true love come to me. True love shall come to me as I will. So mote it be. And good thing I'm going to finish it with this one. And it says here, number 4 and 3 is what? 7. 7 again, the divinely guided number. Okay, so it's like the universe is saying, through all of this stuff that happened here, we divinely did this. We're protecting you guys. So you guys, the love was always there, okay, because it was protected. But this was something that needed to happen to transform these people into being able to work as a union, because obviously it wasn't working before. So the harvest, as the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest are tall, let my work now bring me to harvest, and I'm ready to receive my all. And again, guys, let me just say that these spiritual unions are important because the frequency that they emit is something that is very, very much spikes in the collective, and to everybody, it really affects everybody around, not only here, but like everywhere. It really vibration worldwide when these divine unions actually do this work to transmute all this bullshit, and the collective consciousness goes up, and just the unconditional love goes up and all that good stuff, because these are spiritual unions that are divinely guided for that purpose. So these are things that are meant to kind of take place in this way, for that purpose, for one's higher self, for one's higher being, as well as because they form a purpose here. They're divinely guided connections because they are meant to lift the morale and lift just the vibration and the frequency of like, I want to say, like, they're important. Like, it's actually helping the world here. Anytime that you could bring energies together and balance yourself out, the universe likes balance. It wants balance, and if this is like doing the work, actually going in and doing the work. The death and transformation is something that is astronomical. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Not everybody could do that. It's just something that is divinely guided. So pat yourself in the back, give yourself a good, hug, and congratulate yourself, because this was a big journey. Because coming into the energy of the Empress is no big feat. I mean, no little feat. Okay, it's a big one. And we don't have the Emperor energy here, but I bet you if I keep on going, we will have, because you know what, here, I'm going to tell you something. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. You know what? I'm going to have to channel that conversation from the masculine, because I didn't see any masculine shit here. This was all about how, oh shit, sorry. They were all about you. They're all about how they see you. They're all about how they relate to you now. They're all about what they see you as Empress. This is all about, like, wanting to do this for you, and it's all you stuff. I don't see nothing here about him. Like, what the heck? Hold on. Let me see if I could get a card for his energy, because yeah, this is all about, now I see as Empress. It's almost like they understand, and they kind of are overcompensating. Like they're gonna come in, and it's like, it's saying that you're their muse. Like they actually look up to you. They look up to you because they probably always did look up to you, and that's why they pushed all of this away, because you showed them how much they needed to level up, because they were in this low vibrational energy. Your energy, your light irritated them. You know what? I'm gonna have to do another reading. That's gonna, now that we know the storyline, I'm not gonna do this again, but we're gonna go into the like underneath part here and really kind of get to that, because I feel like that's a lot of stuff that hasn't been that wasn't said. And if you do have this conversation with this person, this is gonna be confirmation of all of that from what wasn't said, that was over here really hurting the feminine, because I'm picking up a lot of stuff over here. I'm really picking up that. I'm picking up that there was like a hostility. There was a little bit maybe of jealousy. I did a reading earlier that was about like it was like a kind of, it was a little bit narky. It had a little bit of narcissistic energy. And I want to say that probably has a lot to do with this reading. Check that one out. It was called, if you just ended a shit show cycle, this is for you. And it was talking about healing energy. It talked a lot about how to heal as a feminine, and it didn't really talk too much about the masculine, because I didn't want to give them too much attention, because it seemed like the feminine had really gone through it. So if this is resonating with you, I would check that other one out. And I want to say that that's probably the one that has a lot of more insight when it comes to the feminine. But I do want to do another reading, and I'm going to get more insight on the masculine, because I want to give them a little bit more credit, because I think that a lot of this was out of the admiration for the feminine that was making them act out of character and a little bit low vibrational. Like, you know, I don't like her, whatever. She's stupid. But really, they really do like you a lot. You know, stuff like that. So anyways, it's an hour and 21 minutes. Oh my gosh. Hopefully you guys are reading this. If you did read this and you actually, not read, but if you stood through this whole thing, please leave a comment and let me know if you do like this kind of stuff here, this kind of reading. I'm just kind of going with it and things that I'm channeling. Let me know. I want to make them shorter, but sometimes I can't help it. And I feel like people that are going through this journey really appreciate, like, you know, all the extra information, because it's confirmation. And it's a hard journey to go through. So anywho, please let me know. And if you do enjoy this, please like, share, or subscribe, or just, you know, save it for later. And if you are going through this and you're not here yet, I'm going to leave my information on the description box, and I could very much help you, guide you through this. We could look into your journey specifically. We could read into the energies, where you're at in your journey, what's going on, like, you know, what you could do, stuff like that. I'll be more than happy to do that, of course. I do offer those services, and I will have my information on the description box below. Remember that you are not crazy. You are, you know, follow your intuition, and you are being divinely guided, especially if you're seeing the synchronicities. I'm going to be making more videos, more content on this, because I feel like there's a need for it, especially with a collective here that is, you know, my collective that I meant to give this information to. So again, thank you. And if you are still here, I really do appreciate it. And I do have a lot of information to share, because I have been getting a lot of downloads, and Spirit's been on my ass because I have been procrastinating on getting all this information out. So I'm going to be getting it out regardless. I'm sure there's people out there that need to hear it. Okay, and I'm going to put it out there for you. I feel like I need to do one more message. Let me see. I'm going to do Oh, and also I want to do another reading about like the spiritual gifts that you might be coming into. Just confirmation if you're going through anything, you know, a little bit out of the ordinary, or a little bit more spiritual that you're confused about, or that you're not sure if it's real or not. I'll be putting out some of those too. Okay, so we have ritual astrology and number 32.5. Okay, so there could be a little bit of a need for you to look into your astrology, into your chart. I could also help you with that. I could interpret and read the chart for you, and we could definitely dig in and see where astrology is amazing. You could really do a deep dive. It's scratching the surface is only what you see, like, when you look things up. But I've been studying it for a while, so I could very much assist with that also. I'll put a lot of that information in the description box. And then we have here also the soul lesson of surrender, the sacral chakra, which I feel like is something that that has already taken place, surrendering and being, with the whole, being guided through the journey of the Hierophant, ascending up the stairs into your higher consciousness. Okay. And then we have here the 23 again, which is 5 again. And this one is talking about the gift of knowing with the third eye. So there's going to be an expansion in your spiritual gifts too, and you might even be clairvoyant. Chances are, if you're watching this, most likely you probably are clairvoyant and have special gifts you might not even know about, or you might know about. And I could help you with that too. So I've had those kind of gifts all my life, and I'll be making videos on that too. And here we have the soul lesson on truth, the throat chakra, which pretty much just confirms what we talked about here with enlightening, the coming into the transparency, coming into the sun, illuminating the truth, and living and walking in your authenticity. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here because I will be here all night continuing. I love just throwing cards out and giving information, but yeah, I think that's enough. It's an hour and 26 minutes. Okay, so I'll keep an eye out for further information and further readings I'll be putting out, for if this was something that you're interested in or if you resonated. All right. Thank you. Have a good night. Enjoy your February 1st. And the transition energy should be pretty cool after having a whole shit bath.